Hello everyone, welcome back to another video tutorial by Biota classes. Today in this video tutorial, we will see Mendel's law or principle of inheritance. We call Mendel's law because these are totally based on Mendel's research. So the name was suggested Mendel's law. All these are Mendel's law. Law of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. At first, we will see law of dominance. It states that when parents differing in a pair of contrasting character are crossed, then the factor or trait which is expressed in F1 generation is said to be dominant, while the trait which is suppressed in F1 generation and is expressed in F2 generation is termed as recessive. Now, let's understand this by a cross. Actually, we can use both monohybrid as well as dihybrid cross to show law of dominance. So, here if we take homozygous tall plant, that is capital T and capital D, are crossed with homozygous dwarf plant, that is small t and small t. In F1 generation, all the plants will appear tall. Because we get capital T small t, capital T small t, capital T small t and capital T small t in F1 generation. So from here, all the plants will appear tall, but also receive dwarf factor, that is these small t's. It shows dwarf character which is now hidden in F1 generation but will reappear in F2 generation. So if we go for self cross in F1 generation, then here the recessive factor expresses its character in F2 generation after self cross. From here, we understand about the law of dominance. Now, move to the next one, that is law of segregation. This law is also called as purity of gametes. So, why is it called purity of gametes? Let's see this law in detail so that we also come to know why it is also known as purity of gametes. During F1 generation, the dominant phenotype appears and the recessive phenotype is not, but will reappear in F2 generation. It means that there is no blending or mixing of Mendelian factors occurs in F1 generation, but they stay together and only one is expressed. Means at the time of formation of gamete, these two factors obviously separate or segregate. Otherwise, recessive type will not appear in F2 generation. And so the gametes which are formed will always pure for a particular character. So we can say it law of purity of gamete. Now if we take an example, if we take homozygous tall, that is capital T and capital T, and another one is heterozygous tall, that is capital T and small t. From here we get same gamete, that is capital T and capital T, which also says its purity. It means it is pure. But from here we get one dominant T, that is capital T, and another one is recessive T, that is small t. So it doesn't shows purity. So it is not pure. It is not pure. So only this condition have the tendency to show its purity. To show law of segregation, we use both monohybrid as well as dihybrid cross. Both cross. Here, both laws are clear. Now, we will move to the third law, that is law of independent assortment. To understand independent assortment, we will have to go for dihybrid cross. So it can only be explained by choosing by dihybrid cross, not by monohybrid cross. In independent assortment, the allele of one gene can independently assort with any of the allele of the other gene. Now let's see a cross. We started with pure line. If we take homozygous tall, that is capital T, and the purple flower, having purple flower, if we cross it with homozygous dwarf, that is small t and small t, with homozygous white color flower, that is small p and small p. It's produce 4 gametes each. That is capital T, capital P, capital T, capital P, capital T, capital P, capital T, capital P. And here also it produces 4 gametes, that is small t, small p, small t, small p, small t, small p, and small t, small p. And here we get homozygous dwarf and white. Now, for getting our F1 generation, we draw a Punnett square. If we cross these characters or gametes, then we will get capital T, small t, capital P and small p. It means heterozygous tall and heterozygous purple. Then the offspring which will be produced would have heterozygous tall and purple. And all the 16 will be the same, heterozygous tall and heterozygous purple. All will be the same. So in F1 generation, it expresses only dominant character. Now we will go for self-cross. Self-cross means now we will cross F1 generation with itself. That is we will cross this F1 generation with itself. Then we will understand that what is the Mendel's third law. Here this T can go with this dominant P, and this dominant T will also go with this small p. Then we will get and capital T, small p. In the same way, this recessive T will go with dominant P, and this recessive T will also go with recessive P independently. That is, from here, it concludes that a dominant allele can go with both dominant as well as recessive allele of the other gene. In the same manner, a recessive allele can go with the dominant or recessive allele of the other gene. So from here we understood that the law that the allele of one gene can independently assorted with the any one of the allele of the other gene. So to understand it in a good manner, we go with dihybrid cross. So all these are about the Mendel's law. Okay guys, we will meet soon with another video tutorial. So stay with us.